Let's queer up gay culture. Ballroom culture continues to gain mainstream acceptance and visibility. Black and brown transgender and non-conforming people face particularly challenges within LGBTQ+ spaces and society at large. One of their responses is joy and liberation through a self-sustaining social network in ballroom culture. You may have seen it in popular TV shows like Pose, Legendary, and RuPaul's Drag Race, but it's closer than you think, and the culture is thriving, honey. Mother Teyana is the mother or leader of the House of St Laurent, an iconic figure that's lasted decades in the ballroom culture. Teyana said, quote, "I grew up in a biblical Christian household. I wasn't privy to knowing anything about the trans experience. I barely knew what it meant to be gay," end quote. Flosse, an artist and member of the iconic House of St Laurent, shares the excitement saying, quote, "Ballroom has created the space where we can put all that stuff on the side and be with like-minded people who want to have fun and who like to be extra," end quote. In these highly intricate choreographed balls, contestants show off their look, poise, skill, and whatever makes them unique in front of adoring fans. From the very beginning, balls have incorporated pageantry, fashion, and dance. This ballroom culture and its balls have a freedom of expression that means family, living, loving, or dancing, or voguing through it all as they leave it all on the ballroom floor. And I love the show Pose, where we have seen Billy Porter gain such momentum in his career through this role, Pray Tell. And I just want to lift up a little bit some of the momentous achievements that Pose has achieved for our culture. They have 20 Emmy nominations. They have won 4. Billy Porter won in 2021 as Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama. And MJ Rodriguez became the first nominated trans actor to win for the same Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama, which was so amazing. And then she went on to win a Golden Globe for that role. So we've achieved amazing momentum with this visibility that it's brought. The cast itself, it was the largest cast of transgender women on a TV series scripted. So way to go for bringing visibility to ballroom culture.
And it's so interesting how some people had never even heard of ballroom until something like Pose came out, right? Or Legendary. And, you know, you also, right? For real? You know, it's something that's so talked about in history up in New York and stuff like that. That's the only reason why I knew, you know? And so on the Faye What Show, I have an incredible boy that stays in bed with me and we talk a lot of crap every morning. And his name is Jamal L. Starks. And he is part of the House of Gorgeous Gucci, right? And he, of course, he walks face because he's freaking beautiful, right? And so I asked him for a quote. And body. Have you seen that? Ass. Anyway, so what he said, as a gateway for me into LGBTQ+ community back in the early 2000s, it was a joy to see that it's finally getting the light and takes up space as it truly deserves. Watching the evolution and growth in real time is an absolute joy for my community. I mean, how perfect is that?
Yes. I will say the ballroom culture is so resilient. They've been given so many opportunities throughout decades, and then have had those opportunities stripped away from them. And yet they continue to persevere and stay poignant and stay political and stay in our faces, up to the point where they are now on the television screens of middle America who don't give a good goddamn about us. So I just want to praise the ballroom community. I love you guys so much. I understand that the show Legendary on HBO was taken away for some business reasons, but can somebody pick up Legendary, please? It was a very good
like, come on, can we talk about Megan Thee Stallion?
Oh,
talk about come on!
Stallion.
Come on!
That is a rapper. And rapping is a style of music.
He knows who.
Are you white bastard?
50 years of hip hop.
That too.
What's interesting to me about what you say about ballroom is it reminds me very much of the trans community. It's resilience in that it's just attack. And they learn how to defend in various different ways. And in the ballroom scene, it's very creative in the defense. You know what's interesting to me about ballroom? I had never even heard of ballroom until I came to South Florida. Now this is after years at RuPaul's Drag Race, but at RuPaul's Drag Race, in the early implementation of the first 5 or 6 seasons, ballroom and trans was absolutely a rejection. It was,
isn't that crazy?
Trans,
isn't that crazy?
Don't talk trans. And de facto, I think the same for the ballroom.
Even though they use ballroom terminology like category is.
And voguing, that was very prevalent in RuPaul's Drag Race, and they put a quick stop to that. Like, wait a minute, give love where it's supposed to be, you know?
And they had a ballroom icon, Mariah Balenciaga, on the show, and they still didn't talk about it as much. But
and exactly right. And the other thing that I want to say that Right, exactly. She came around. Let's
She
give her
did,
some credit.
right?
She did come around.
Yes, she did.
Is the House of Lords here in South Florida. I would make the argument much better than the House of Gorgeous Gucci, but no, I wouldn't want to open that door. But I went to a ball in Miami, it was breathtaking, the creativity of the different contests. I'm not even sure that that's the right word, but the different categories that they were competing in. And my favorite was business executive realness.
Oh, yes!
And these people wearing suits with briefcases, and they would parade and march in front of the judges, and you could buy the judges off, and they would open their cases and they would throw packs of fake money at them to win. And if that didn't work, when they came back around through the second time, they would open their briefcases and throw packets of cocaine. Oh,
I love it. I love it.
I just absolutely.
If this doesn't make sense to you, go watch a primer and an education on ballroom culture. Paris is Burning on Netflix. Go watch it. Don't be like
That's
Al.
it.
We are Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only live daily LGBTQ+ evening news show, brought to you from Happening Out Television Network. We operate in the same model of PBS and NPR, but for the LGBTQ+ community. We educate, inform, and entertain by supporting the 10 pillars of our LGBTQ+ community, with more than 100,000 a week watching us on Roku, Apple Television, and other channels. To keep the story going, we accept donations with 100% transparency. Stay updated and live authentically with Queer News Tonight.